Hello everyone, and welcome to Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. I am Tom, otherwise known as Titanium Legman, and it is my pleasure to bring this game to you today. You can't see it, but I have the biggest grin on my face because this game... I won't gush about it for very long, but I have to say, this game holds an incredibly special place in my heart because it is the game that introduced me to the Fire Emblem series. And it might not be particularly evident from this channel thus far, but Fire Emblem is by far my favorite game series of all time. Unquestionably so. And when I was a little 12-year-old punk of a kid, I saw this game in a Target on a display Game Boy Advance SP. I remember it so clearly. And it was just such a cool, unique game that I'd never laid hands on before. Never seen anything like it before, and I knew I had to have it. So that Christmas, I asked for it, and wouldn't you know, I got it, and my life was changed. I've made friends, I've been introduced to other game series, I've spent countless hours of my life with these games. So once I started doing Let's Plays, I knew that it wouldn't be long before I would introduce you all to my love of this series. Now, there have been a lot of games that have come out for the series recently that have gotten very popular. Fire Emblem Awakening, Fates, Three Houses, Echoes to a lesser extent, and then, of course, Heroes, which has been huge. But I feel like there's definitely a lot of people out there who haven't experienced any of the older games. So since this is my favorite of them, I'm going to show it to all of you today. Now, I will let the preamble speak for itself. For now, we are simply going to start a new game. We're going to play on difficult because, God, I've played way too much of all of these games to play on anything but difficult. For players seeking a real challenge, no instructions are given and difficulty is set to high, and they aren't kidding. Some of these old Fire Emblem games are real tough. And we're going to start right here with the Prologue, The Fall of Renais. The continent of Magvel. For some 800 years, a quiet peace reigned in the absence of terrible darkness. The sacred stones have been passed from generation to generation. Nations have been built around their power and their legacy. The kingdom of Renais, ruled by Phaedo, the peerless warrior king. The kingdom of Frelia, ruled by Hayden, the venerable sage king. The kingdom of Gehenna, ruled by Ismare, queen of the White Dunes. The theocracy of Rouston, ruled by Mansell, the divine emperor. The Grado Empire, ruled by Vigarde, the stalwart, silent emperor. These 5 countries house the power of the sacred stones. They are joined by the emerging mercantile republic of Carcino. In these times of peace, tales of past conflict have drifted into legend, and memories of the ancient dark arts have all but evaporated. It is now the year 803. In an instant, the whole of Magvel is threatened by an unexpected atrocity. The Grado Empire, the largest of the Sacred Stone nations, has invaded the kingdom of Renais under orders from Emperor Vigarde. A longtime ally of Grado, Renais is caught off guard, unable to mount any resistance. Grado's forces move quickly, seizing one territory after another. Compounding King Phaedo's worries, his son, Prince Ephraim, has gone missing. Grado's momentum carries its armies to the gates of Castle Renais itself. Renais will fall. It is inevitable. Your Majesty, I bear bad news. The castle gate has been breached. Emperor Vigarde's forces are within the castle walls. I understand. The garrison has fallen. We've lost contact with Prince Ephraim and can expect no aid from his men. Your Majesty, what are we to do? What else can we do? Order your men to lay down their arms. Father. Eirika. Are you wearing the bracelet I gave you? Yes, I have it right here. Good. Seth. Yes, Your Majesty. Take Eirika and head for Frelia. King Hayden is an honorable man. I trust he will keep you safe. Understood. And what of Your Majesty? Me? I shall remain here. We have long held Grado among our dearest allies, yet now they attack. I must know why. Am I somehow responsible for this? Have I erred in my leadership? Renais is mine to guide. How could I have failed her so? Father, you can't stay, you mustn't! If you remain behind, then so shall I. Go now, Seth, ride! Take her to safety! Father! Forgive me, Your Highness. Ephraim, Eirika, you must survive. General Seth! Franz, ride ahead and bring word of our coming to Frelia. A single rider has better odds of passing unseen by Grado's men. Convey to the throne all that has happened here, and petition for reinforcements. Understood! Princess Eirika, we must... Quickly, behind me! You there, with the girl. Tell me, would that be the wayward Princess of Renais? Well, this must be my lucky day. You're a dead man. The wench goes with me. Never! I am Volta, the Moonstone, Grado's finest general. And you're just a corpse who does not know he is dead. No! Such a terrible wound, and still he holds to his duty. How entertaining. Fly away, little man, fly away. Try to outrun death. More time to savor the hunt and the kill. Princess Eirika, this way. I can see more of Grado's men. If we've made it this far, we've surely earned a moment's rest. Please forgive my grabbing you so brusquely earlier. Don't be foolish, Seth. If it weren't for you, I would never have made it out of the castle. You are the reason I'm still alive. You have my gratitude. And whoever that man was, he was clearly after me. It's my fault that you received such a grave wound. Allow me to treat it, Your Highness, I can't allow an injury like this to be an obstacle. We have more important matters to attend to. We must press on to Frelia. We must fulfill His Majesty's wishes. I wonder how my father fares alone in the castle. Do you think he's safe? What of my brother on the Grado front? We've heard nothing from him for days. King Fado and Prince Ephraim are both valiant and brave men. I doubt even the might of the Grado Empire can hold them in check. More important to me, Your Highness, is that you look to your own safety. How sad the two of them would be if something were to happen to you. We must reach Frelia to ensure the day of your happy reunion. Yes, of course, you're right. Until I'm reunited with my father and brother, I must not despair. Come, Seth. Let us go. Once we cross that bridge, we'll be in Frelia near border Milan. Let us proceed, Princess Eirika. Your Highness, I won't lie to you. This will not be an easy ride. Please, take this rapier. If something should happen to me, you must continue to Frelia, alone if need be. Rapier get. You there! Renais dogs! Where do you think you're going? Grado's men. Stand back, Princess Eirika. It's all right, Seth. My brother has taught me something of swordplay. I will stand with you. And we are here, in the game. So, a few things to note for those of you who may have experienced some of the newer Fire Emblems, but not this one. Especially Three Houses. There is a weapon triangle system in this, and what that means is that swords beat axes, axes beat lances, and lances beat swords. What that means in gameplay terms is that swords have a flat, well, really, any weapon that has a bonus against another weapon gets a bonus of, I believe in this one it's plus 2 damage and plus 20% to hit, and the opponent loses 2 damage and loses 20% chance to hit, which can be pretty significant. You know, taking a 70 to a 50 or even a 50 to a 30 can be a huge difference in the middle of a battle. So, everything's about playing the odds in your favor, making sure that you have your formations set up in an intelligent manner, making sure that the numbers aren't completely against you, and when things are really rough, just banking on a little bit of luck. And we're probably going to see here that luck is not on my side when it comes to Fire Emblem. The RNG is a fickle mistress, and that is the same in this one. Now, we have two characters here. Eirika, who is our main character / lord for the first part of the game. For those of you, again, who are familiar with some of the newer games, this is analogous to Corrin, or Crom, or the House Leaders in Byleth in Three Houses, depending on which game you've been playing. Now, Eirika is a sword lord. She can use exclusively swords, and she's not very good at it. Not at first. She has the base level of sword mastery, but she does have this rapier, which is a pretty strong weapon. It's accurate, it's got a decent amount of power, it can crit, it's not very heavy, and it's effective against infantry, which is a mistranslation. It's actually effective against armored units and cavalry. Neither of which are considered infantry, but what can you do? Eirika can be okay. Her strength is not great, but she's fast. So if you're lucky, she'll get a lot of strength growth over the course of the game. If you're unlucky, she will be incredibly weak and frail and just generally bad. So we'll see what happens there. Now this fine gentleman, who does, as they say, have a pretty grievous wound from his previous encounter with that general, is Seth. Seth is most commonly known as the single most powerful character in Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones. He's of a type of character that is supposed to be very strong early on and then tapers off quickly as your other characters level up. Except for the fact that Seth never tapers off. He's got great starting stats. He's in what many people would consider to be the best class in the game with Paladin. And his growth rates, i.e. the stats that dictate what level ups he gets each time he levels, are really strong. So you can use Seth from this moment all the way through to the final chapter of the game, and he will never be bad. So, we're definitely going to use him. As a little aside, there are challenge runs that are literally just no Seth runs, where it's all you do is not use Seth, and it actually makes the game significantly more difficult. But, because he's a badass, we're going to give him his due and use him. He is a young commander of Renais. He's calm, composed, and skilled. And then Eirika is the princess of the kingdom of Renais. She's elegant and kind. Now, because Eirika is our lord, and because she is of a fairly low level right now, we are going to have her try and take on these soldiers by herself. Now, the good thing about these guys is they are axe fighters. Ruffians with great strength but poor defense, and they're not accurate, as evidenced by their 1 point in skill. They're also slow, as evidenced by their 1 point in speed. However, they can dish out damage, so if we're not careful, they can get some lucky hits in on Eirika and kill her. As we can see here, this is the battle forecast. It's much simpler than some of the other games, but that's fine. We can see the character's HP, their might, which is how much damage they'll do per attack, their chance to hit, and their chance to crit. So as we can see, Eirika is going to basically come out on top in this. The issue is that since this is hard, the enemies actually have a high enough chance to hit that together they could kill her. We're going to see... Okay, well... Eirika apparently has decided that this run she's going to be a badass, and opened the game with a crit. Okay. I was going to say something along the lines of this is a risky maneuver, she might wind up getting killed, but she seems like she's going to be okay. There we go, very good. Now you see that guy even has a higher chance to hit. So there is the possibility there, if she hadn't crit, that she could have gotten hit by both those guys and died, which would have been a rather ignoble end to the start of a budding Let's Play. Now, Fire Emblem the Sacred Stones is the last of the Game Boy Advance games in the series, and as such, it has the most advanced music, sprites, both combat and character sprites, animations, all that type of stuff. So it's a very pretty game to look at, and I really appreciate it for that. All that's left is their leader, and Eirika will take him on in kind. What was that? You think you can take me, wretched lordling? Come! It's time you high and mighty knights learn to respect a true warrior. Yeah, well, here's the unfortunate thing, buddy. She's on a forest. You will be the first to die. Actually, I think... Ooh. Okay. Actually, I think it was your guys that were the first to die, but I mean, you know. So, I was going to say, Eirika's standing on a forest, which we can see in the bottom left here means that she gets +1 to her defense, meaning she'll take 1 less damage, and she gets +20 to her avoid, which is huge. Like, that's an extra triangle bonus, which is awesome. Nominally, that means she wouldn't have gotten hit by the boss on the forest, but because the RNG is a fickle mistress, she did. What that means is we're going to go ahead and use a Vulnerary, which, for those of you who don't know, a Vulnerary is a medicinal solution used for healing minor wounds, and it restores exactly 10 HP. We'll have Seth move up for moral support, and we'll let the boss kill himself on Eirika's blade. Almost. We'll kill him on the next turn. Which means that Eirika is going to get a level, and with any luck, hopes, prayers, fingers crossing, sacrifices to the RNG gods, she'll get a good level. Let's see if it comes true. What? How? Okay, RNG gods, be kind. An interesting level. She got neither strength, nor speed, nor defense, which were the 3 things I was hoping for. But she did get 4 stats, so I'm okay with it. Princess, are you injured? What? Oh. No, I'm fine, Seth. But you look so pale. I'm fine. Fine. This is war, isn't it? It's not at all like the games I used to play with my brother, Leon. I never thought... I didn't know it would be this savage. Are words useless? Is strength all that matters? It's so sad. Why would the Great Empire do this? To what end would they start a war? Princess. Don't worry, Seth. I won't give in to sorrow. Let's get moving. I'm not broken, and I won't stop until I see Renais restored. I won't stop until I'm reunited with my father and brother. And there we have the prologue. Ladies and gentlemen, because of the lengthiness of the intro, I think we're going to cut it here. But I'm very much looking forward to this series. This, again, is a game that I absolutely adore to the very bottom of my heart. And I'm so excited to be able to share it with all of you. So I hope you've enjoyed. Since this is the first episode in the series, I do ask if you could like it, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, anything like that. It really does help with the visibility of the series. So if you could do that for me, great. But at the end of the day, as long as you're having fun, that's the most important thing. If you have any comments or anything like that, let me know. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on Fire Emblem or Sacred Stones or anything like that. And until the next time, I hope you all have a good night. And remember, be good to each other. Bye-bye.